And taking deep, full breaths. Just feeling yourself really getting settled in here. Maybe the first time today that you've been this mindful of your breaths. So noticing the way, as we always do, you can draw the breath down into the bottom of the lungs. Feel the belly extend. And slowly release. I like to start off with the breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth a few times, like 3 or 4 or 5 times, and then closing the lips. Letting the facial muscles relax, letting your shoulders relax, your knees relax out to the sides. Everything lets go for a few moments now. And even here, as we start, you can direct your breath into a certain area of your body or your mind. So just notice if your physical body has any resistance or tightness anywhere. Any place that you're working on healing. Send your breath to that location. Carry with it light, white light, healing light. Surround that area with your breath, with that light, and as you exhale, allow it to dissolve. Allow the breath to soften and the light to permeate every area of that part of your body. Just this visualization can be so healing. I know sometimes these very simple things just seem like they're mind play. But actually, our body-mind is far more connected than we realize. And when we send intention, healing intention, to an area in this way, it really does work. Science is now proving that more and more. Body-mind connection is more powerful. And we're able to utilize this connection for our healing, for our comfort and ease, for our peace of mind, for our creativity and expression, and so much more. So as you breathe now and here, just know that you are giving yourself this amazing gift, this powerful gift. It's like medicine, nature's medicine, right here and now. And now let's extend our legs out in front of us, arms overhead, full body extension. A little too far. And then releasing that down one side, reach, reach, reach. Good. And then the other side. Koa the dog is watching me like an audience. So now, hey, if I can see you guys, at least I can teach too. Koa, but I feel you there. I always feel you there. So inhale, sitting up nice and tall, palms down on your legs. Just sitting up nice and tall, lengthen the neck, push the shoulders away from the ears, and then let's round the shoulders. So bring them up towards the ears, back and down, forward. Just exaggerate this movement as much as you can. Get your elbows involved. Yeah, full range of motion. See if you can get all the way back with the shoulder blades together as much as possible along the lower side, and then kind of cross your arms so that the shoulders come forward. You know, the fronts of the shoulders are tucked towards the chest, all the way around and back. I know we do this every time. You don't really need instruction to rotate your shoulders, but sometimes those reminders are nice. Inhale, reverse the other direction now. Inhales, open the chest, even here. Exhales when you're coming forward. Good. Couple more. Okay, and then up towards the ears one more time. Hold them up, 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 and relax them. Ah, nice. And now 6 directions of the spine. Inhale first, just sitting in your upright posture. First, making sure that your lower belly is pulled in, your lower rib cage is pulled in. I noticed with mine right now, I was swayed. My belly is kind of leaning forward, arch in the back. So just reverse that or straighten that rather. The belly button coming in. Spine nice and long. If there was like a wall behind you, your shoulders, the middle of your back, and your lower back would be touching the wall. Good. And now inhale. Exhale. We're going to cat-cow. So exhale, curl it in. You can come up on the tiptoes. And then reverse it. You know this move. Just flow with it. Flow with your breath. Big breath, audible breath. Ujjayi. Victorious breath, the gentle constriction in the back of the throat, which allows this hissing sound. And one more. And then release into the center. Taking a nice inhale, lengthen again. And then exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. You can interlace your fingers. As you can see, my shoulder is better now, thank goodness. So the palms can come together. You can interlace or just have your arms straight up overhead, palms facing each other. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, tilt. So maybe in the beginning, you bring down the lower arm. And then as you go a little longer here, you can keep the arms up to just create a little more strength in the core. Up to you. You can modify, obviously, any of these postures as you'd like. Or skip them all together and do something else. Now, if you are flowing in this way, side to side, inhale, lengthen, exhale. As you tilt this way, whichever way it is, just hold it there. But making sure that your sit bones are grounded. You're not up tilting off to the sides. Bones are both rooted into your chair. The upper body is all that's tilting. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen that side of the body that's opening. See if you can dip in a little deeper. Good. Inhale to the center. Exhale, other side, and let's also hold this side. Few breaths here. A little deeper if you can. Good. Inhale to the center. And then exhale, hands to heart. And now we'll twist. Let's cross the legs over for this twist. So left over right. Let me mirror you then. So left over right. And then you're coming, you're holding onto your left knee with your right hand. And then inhale, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, twist. You can also extend your left arm, if you'd like, over the chair, if you have that ability. The chair doesn't have too tall of a back. And see if you can just kind of deepen into this twist a bit more, using the arm to guide you backwards. You know, eventually you want to get the hips and the shoulders perpendicular to one another. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little more. You can press into your right hand, turning the body open a little more. And then release it. So this is a rather deep stretch or deep twist. So be mindful, you know, if you're not feeling warm enough or ready enough for this, just leave the knee down. That'll help a little bit to soften it. You want to come down for it? Come on. It's okay. You don't look comfortable. So inhale, lengthen, lengthen. And then exhale, going into your twist. All right, here we go. You're twisting towards the leg that is crossed over. And then extending the arm if you did on the other side. And if you can get that right shoulder back there even a little farther. And then release into the center. Very good. And now let's just work on the hips a little bit. You can draw your feet up or feel free to sit down. If your chair doesn't allow for this, just scooch off the chair and go onto the ground for a few moments for our butterfly pose. So drawing the feet towards, interlacing around the outsides of your feet. And then just to flap very gently your butterfly wings a little bit. Just kind of warm them up. And then draw in a little closer if you can. Inhale, lengthen. Flattening the back out again. And then exhale, very gently tilting. Just close your eyes so you can really feel into this pose. Your elbows can come out, kind of pressing into your calves, opening the butterfly legs up a little more. Big, long Ujjayi breaths. Hear that breath as it moves in and out like the ocean waves. And then slowly releasing it. If you can, on your chair again, or just come off the chair, see if you can cross your legs over each other in this way. I think I might come off the chair actually, because the wood on the chair is not so comfortable for the bones of the ankles. So let's just do this. So, pardon the stand here. My husband hooked me up with a really nice microphone, but it's on this giant contraption. I don't know if you can hear me better, but now we have more obstacles. And so here we go. Stacking one leg over the other. It doesn't matter really which one, but you're just wanting ideally your shins to be stacked, in one line. So some people can do this where they put their ankle onto the knee and can stack it a little more there. My hips, at least at this point in the day, are not quite open enough. So the most important part is that you're a nice triangle shape here. The feet are not drawn inward like you do normally when you sit in cross-legged. So just be mindful of your ankle, not to overextend it or kind of flop it inward. And then when you're here, just placing the hands on your knees, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it in. Very good. And then slowly releasing out of that, and we'll reverse it. Just stacking your legs to the other side now. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, tilt it in. So you should feel this opening in the hip that's on the top, that is associated with the top leg. You can press your knees down a little bit as you lean forward. Good, and then releasing out of that. While we're down here, if you're on the floor, if you're not and you're in your chair still, just extend your legs forward, forward fold. If you're on the ground, then the legs can be all the way flat. If you're on the chair, obviously you're going to be elevated. Either way, see if you can first draw your toes towards you a little bit and just lengthen the backs of the legs. And then exhale, you can soften the feet a bit and just start to fold forward. But you ideally are aiming to draw the belly towards the thighs more and more. Keeping your back nice and flat for now. I like to shift if you are sitting on the ground. I like to shift right and left. You can even move some of the tissue off the butt and off of the sit bones, kind of move that fleshy tissue off to the side so you can feel more grounded. Maybe you feel that, you notice that, and then fold in a little deeper. Keeping your back flat in the beginning is very important so that you really experience this stretch in the legs by drawing the belly down. As soon as we round forward, it kind of becomes a different pose. Then it's more in the neck and the back, the upper back. You can slide the hands forward. You can, if you can reach them, whether you're in a chair or on the floor, You can hook the first two fingers, the peace fingers, around the big toes and then fold a little deeper. Now you can go ahead and let your upper body relax and round. Forward folds are so good for us, even though, again, we're kind of in this still, rather easy position, but internally there's a wonderful detoxification going on. We're resetting our metabolism. All the systems of the body really are being kind of reestablished and cleansed. Also, from the muscular side, the lengthening, strengthening, gaining flexibility. And then slowly, when you're ready, just walk your hands up your legs and coming out. Now I'm going to come back onto the chair for some sun salutations. Oops, and my head is chopped off. Let's fix that. There we go. So sitting into your chair, onto your chair, toward the front a bit. I need a remote control for the top of the computer. All right, so halfway up the chair or so is a good position. Inhale, arms out to the sides and up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway up and lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Right knee comes into the chest. Chin up. Now this is why we want to be halfway on our chair so we can lean back a little bit here. Upper body leans back, head back, chin up. Exhale, fold. Other side. And fold. Hands on the knees, just a gentle cobra this time. Elbows drawn in. Be really mindful with how you're setting yourself up. Chin up, neck long, shoulders back, elbows drawn in. The triceps are brushing against the body. Take an extra breath here. And exhale, relax it down. Let's do that one more time. Just exhale, fold forward. Hold here for a moment. And then inhale, coming with the hands onto the knees once again. Cobra. Just to continue to warm up the spine a bit more. And then soften. You don't even need to bring your hands down. Just kind of soften and lay your upper body on the thighs. And then one more time, inhale. And this time you can come up a little higher, a little more of an arch if you're feeling good with that. And then exhale, release it all the way down. Coming up, nice rounded spine, arms out to the sides, palms touch, gazing up towards your hands, and then bringing them to heart center. Let's keep flowing with a couple more like this. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, hands on shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale. Right knee in. Really interlace your fingers and draw that knee into the body, massaging the internal digestive system especially. Exhale. Inhale, other side. Squeeze it in and release. Inhale, now you can go a little higher in your cobra. Big long breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And hands to heart. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's make them long breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take a breath here. I want to actually do one more time, and I'm just going to turn my chair to the side just to make sure that you kind of have the alignment, especially as I'm giving less instruction. I think it's helpful if you are to see, I know we've done this a million times, but just to make sure that we're all kind of in the right posture. Just distance, you can see me a little bit better. Okay, now let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. So just sitting here for a moment with the hands, the palms together, hands to heart center. Just taking a moment here to breathe, to notice how your body feels. Very good. And now releasing your hands down. Let's slide forward quite far to the front of the chair. So you're just kind of right on that edge. Open the knees nice and wide. And first, let's just come up on the tippy toes, and then down. Again, up on the tippy tippies. So all the way to the very top, not just the balls of the feet, but the very tips of the toes, like a ballerina. And then exhale it down. You can lean your weight forward a little bit. Feel that stretch in the calves. And then inhale again, tippy toes. And then exhale it down. And now as you're exhaling down, come all the way down to the ground. And just have this, enjoy this forward fold with the head below the heart. You've heard me tell you all the benefits of inversion. So you go ahead and stay down there. I'll come up so you can hear me. But all the benefits of inversions, you've heard them. There's many. Most noticeably is the energy. You know, many of us, if we just are to hang in the morning upside down in this way, like a forward fold, like standing or doing what we're doing, sitting, then especially after breathing deep, full breaths and pumping yourself full of fresh oxygen, then you're fueling the mind, the way it works, as I've said many times, you know, really all the processes of the body, but also the face, the eyes, heightening all of the senses, improving the skin, the circulation in the head. You know, we're upright quite a lot. And when we sleep, of course, we're parallel, we're sideways, but yet upside down is a whole different thing. Our head is not usually receiving all this nourishment. It can relieve headaches and things like that. Not during the headache. You don't really want to do an inversion during the pain of a headache. But if you do suffer from frequent headaches or pain, even I was experiencing lots of pain in my ears, like little nerve pain in my ears. And I just started doing more inversions, again, fueling, giving vitality, prana to the upper part of the body, and then went away. So that's why I keep talking and leaving you down there for a while, because you do have to be there for a few minutes. It's not like that 30-second kind of thing. One other quick story, while you walk your hands over to one side, one ankle, and just as you know, wrap your arms around that leg. You can either go over or under. Just kind of hug your body real close into that leg that you're moving toward. And so one quick story as you walk yourself over to the other side is that advanced yoga practitioners will do the entire asana, the postural series or flow, from an inversion, from headstand specifically. So they'll get into headstand and then do even all the sun salutations and everything with their lower body, but they're upside down the entire time. It's really quite something to watch. So now you can walk your hands toward the center once again. And even here from the center, see if as your upper body stays down, you can come up on your tiptoes. Now maybe it's the balls of the feet because your weight's forward, so it's a little harder to get on the tiptoes. So maybe just the balls of the feet and then down. Oh, how convenient. And then the balls of the feet and then down. And one more time, the balls of the feet and then down. And forward fold as deep as you can now. And then slowly, you can use your hands for support. You've been down there a while, so it's not a bad idea to reach your hands up onto the knees and then slowly make your way out. Very good. Drawing your legs in together. And let's kind of reverse that, crossing the left over the right, wrap it around, arms out to the sides. The left was over, so now the left is under. Wrap them around and lift it up. And exhale down. See if you can touch your elbow down onto the leg. Inhale up. Exhale down. Continue to flow a few times like this. Squeeze everything in. And then this time, when you squeeze yourself into this little ball shape, just hold here as you breathe, but do hold the position. And see if you can really draw the thighs together. Feel the muscles pulling you inward. Feel the hook of the feet even pulling inward. Draw everything in. So wonderfully detoxifying, invigorating. Feel the stretch across the upper back and the shoulders by drawing your elbows in, and then slowly release this out. And notice there's like a flushing when you open the body up again, and that's normal. You might feel like a little lightheaded, or you might kind of feel, even sometimes you'll feel a little nauseous, and that's because you're pulling in all of the you're squeezing in to create the detoxification, as I mentioned, and then when you release, the toxins are coming out. So that's why after yoga, it's so important to drink a lot of water, just like after a massage, a deep tissue massage. So now we're doing the opposite side, right leg over, right arm under. Tricky one to mirror. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale, squeeze it in, and flow at your own pace. You probably notice that one side is more comfortable than the other, or at least like comes easier. Now there's some potential warmth or tightness. One more time, lifting it up. Exhale, squeeze all the way in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold it here as you breathe. Continue to breathe in and out. But just hold everything in and squeeze it as tight as you can. Even squeeze your face. Squeeze your hands. Squeeze your forearms. Make yourself the tiniest little ball and then release it out. Just shake that out a little bit. All right, so let's stand up. We're going to do a couple balancing poses before we finish it. Finish up for today. So I'm just going to slide my chair a little bit. Head chopped off again. A little tricky when I stand up. It's a little hard to get the whole picture. There we go. So coming over to one side of your chair or the other, we're going to do our tree pose. So rooting down first and foremost with the leg that's next to the chair, rooting down. So just lighten the other leg, just kind of touch the ball of the foot there, and feel though the other foot rooted, the toes come up first, spread them out, and then release them down one at a time. Just feel all four corners of that foot strong, and then kind of strengthen, feel that strength coming up through the legs. So oftentimes we're kind of hanging into the hip like this, right? So our foot feels nice and rooted, but we're swayed into it. So just lift it all up. pull the crown of the head toward the ceiling and see if you can stack on top of that leg a little more strongly, a little more straight. And then the other leg either comes toward the foot comes onto the calf or above the knee. Find the posture that works best for you today. Using your hand for support, for balance. And then whenever you're ready, you can just stay right here. That's fine, with the outside hand kind of coming into your midline. Again, making sure that you're pressing your energy down through through the tree trunk and drawing upward. So you're not swaying to the side. You're nice and strong. The butt muscles are activated, the quadricep. And then if you'd like to work your balance, you can bring your hand off the chair toward the midline. And then if you'd like to move on from there, you can extend the tree limbs. I know you can't see my fingers, but all the fingers are spread wide. Hard to see them. All the little twigs at the ends of the limbs. Opening up your chest. If it's comfortable for you, shifting your gaze up. Now this might challenge your balance a bit, but you could open the chest even more. See if you can feel like that gentle arch like we do in Cobra. And then slowly releasing your hands back to heart center and release it down. You can use your hand for support for the leg and then shake out that leg, especially the tree trunk. Other side. Set yourself up, same, lifting of the toes, spread the toes wide, feel very rooted. And then whenever you're ready, same posture that you had on the other side. If all this, leg coming up high action is too much, just leave the ball of the foot on the ground and have the ankle, or the heel rather, touching your ankle. That's fine. You're still engaging in the balancing posture, and that's the benefit of this pose. It's one of the benefits. So if you're moving on, bringing the hands to the center line, perhaps both hands. You can extend out. And only if you choose, again, it will kind of test your balance here, you can open up the chest. Spread the fingers wide. Big starfish hands. And then slowly coming back into the center and release it down. Shaking the hips out a little bit. There you go. So, sitting back into your chair now. Just taking one moment here. And before we move into our final resting position, our Shavasana, just make yourself again like a little ball. So I'm going to draw my feet up. You can also come down, same thing. So just draw your head down, or however it is, where your thighs and your belly are coming a little closer to one another, and just hug it all in. Give it a nice squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Holding the squeeze as you exhale. One more breath. And then release. So now you'll make your way into your Shavasana. You know the options. You can lay down on the ground with your legs up on the chair. That's one of my faves. I would do that, but you guys can't really hear me when I'm in that posture, but that is a great one. Or just have a seat onto the ground, onto your couch, in the same chair, just leaning back. Lots of options. Once you've found your relaxation position, feeling comfortable, feeling grounded, make your way, take your time, use some props. Maybe if you're laying down, the head's on a pillow. Really comfortable. That's the most important thing here. Even if you drift off to sleep or kind of to la la land, actually that's a very good sign. That's just a deep relaxation. Also showing that you might need a little more rest. So you might as well get it. Once you're finding that space and feeling like you can be still, let's bring our attention to our feet and our ankles and our lower legs. Let them relax. No matter where they are, what position, just relax. Upper legs, hips, relax. Torso, all the internal organs, back, lower, middle, upper, shoulders, chest, abdomen, relax. Shoulders and upper arms, elbows, lower arms and hands, relax. Your neck and your head, all of your facial muscles, your eye sockets, your cheeks, your jaw, your ears, your scalp, your brain, every hair on your head, relax. And I'll just share a few things as you're resting, and then we'll find silence for a little deeper meditation. But we've been making our way through now the 8 limbs of yoga. They do depict it like a tree, and each of the tree limbs being one of these sections of teaching. So the first limb are the yamas. Those are the ways in which we interact with the world and within ourselves. Everything kind of touches all areas of our life. And so the second of the yamas, because there's 5 yamas, we went over last time, ahimsa. And very similar to ahimsa, this affects every aspect of our life, is satya, S-A-T-Y-A, satya. It means truthfulness. I think it's such a beautiful word. The truthfulness, as with ahimsa, the nonviolence that we spoke about last week, this is truthfulness in our actions, in our words, and in our thoughts. So what other people are aware of and what other people are not aware of. So just asking yourself here in this relaxed, open, receptive space without any judgment. Again, this isn't about right and wrong and trying to give a certain structure or way that you're supposed to be. These inquiries, these conversations during our practice like this is just to explore, just to open our mind, open our heart and explore. So please don't ever feel that I'm trying to, impress something upon you or anything of that nature. Just inquiry, healthy, soulful inquiry. So just asking ourselves, are we speaking truthfully? There's every degree of this. There's just outright lies that are untrue, and we know them to be untrue, and we know we're saying it. Sometimes we do that. And then there's the little ones, the white lies as they call them. And then there's almost even more subtle than that, more light than that. Just like not sharing all the truth or just kind of saying a little something to get yourself off the hook. That I think is more common for most of us. And that is what we're talking about now. Is that perhaps that's working for you and perhaps it's not working for you. And where's that line for you individually at this time in your life? asking yourself, how do you feel about those little white lies? How often do you feel them coming up or coming out? Where's your line with that? How do you hold your own integrity with your words? And think of, bring to mind maybe a time, even if it was, very recent, even better if it was very, very recent, of when you did share something in this way. There was a little twist of the truth. Just to give you an example, I noticed myself yesterday. I had a phone call that was kind of arranged last minute. I was doing someone a favor and getting on the phone with her at 7:00 p.m. And the next thing I knew, I was gardening, and it was 7:20. And I realized I'd completely forgotten about that call. So as I got in touch with her and got on the phone, and I heard it ringing, I thought, what do I say? What do I say? Like, I could say lots of things, something urgent came up, or, what do you just say? I was gardening. It's hard, right? And that's why I share this. It's not always so straightforward, because it could seem offensive to someone. Oh, I totally forgot about you. I just got distracted with other things. So yes, we don't have to say it in that way, but there's a way that we can still hold integrity and be honest in that integrity and not offend or upset or kind of off-put another. So I just said to her, I said, I'm sorry, I really apologize for that. I lost track of time. And although in the past I would have come up with a better excuse, which maybe would have, let's just say, like, been more excusable to the other, I started to notice for myself how often those little exaggerations would happen, those little protections. And who is it that I'm protecting? Well, what I really started to notice is, instead of protecting, it was eroding. It was eroding my integrity. So maybe she did find it offensive that I didn't think about the call and just got lost in other things. But at least I know that it was my truth. And very quickly we moved on to other things. Would it have made such a difference if I said, oh, something urgent came up with the dogs and I was tending to it, and, thank you for your time and allowing me that? I don't think so. And even if she did receive it differently, how is it happening for me, for you, in your heart? Just take a moment to sit with that. Notice if there's moments like that in your life. How are you handling them? What are you saying? Satya, truthfulness, is the art of seeing and communicating things as they actually are, not as we wish them to be. Communicating and seeing things as they actually are, not as we wish them to be. In my example, I wish that I had remembered to call her. But the reality was, I didn't. So just noticing the alignment in our thoughts, our speech, and our actions. And tuning in, especially now when you're in a practice like this, we're kind of honing or fine tuning this instrument. You're able to detect these discords more easily. You might start to notice deeper inside of you how it feels to make the excuse versus share the honest truth. So as we sit with Satya, truthfulness, as our message for today, I'd like to play a mantra. And you can just rest. Let your eyes stay closed. Let your body stay relaxed. This mantra is the Satyam mantra. And the translation of that is, truth is my identity. Truth is who I am and what I am. You're just listening to this beautiful mantra for a few moments as you rest and drift and just allow this moment of restoration. Just rest. Gently begin to deepen your breath. You can start to feel a little movement in your fingers and toes. And feeling your attention land into your heart space and into the throat area, connecting to your soul and connecting to the area in which you express truth. Just feeling your practice charging up these areas of our body. Again, by simply shifting our attention, we are healing, we are opening, we are removing obstacles, we are clearing old memories and karmas and experiences, just with our intention. We're so often taught in the West that we've got to see big things to know that something happened or shifted. Where these spiritual practices, these yogic techniques are more about the unseen. Just feeling enlivened, and energized in your heart and your throat. Feeling like, again, you've tuned this instrument of your body-mind, because that's what it is, an instrument. You've fine-tuned it this morning, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way to a sitting posture, sitting up posture if you're not already. And then when you're in that posture, if it's comfortable, you can bring your palms together and hands to your heart center. Touching your thumbs onto the heart for a moment, even sliding your hands up and just touching onto the throat very gently, just barely a touch. Just bringing attention to these two parts of our being, this junction point of consciousness and matter. The chakras, our energy centers. So we've worked and opened these two places today. And we'll seal our practice together, either silently or out loud. You can chant with me, Sat Nam, 3 times. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Truth is my identity. And whenever you're feeling ready, you can slowly open your eyes, let your hands release, and slowly coming back to this time and place. Thanking all of you so much for being here today with us. Thank you for giving time to this practice and the beauty that it can bring to your life, especially the more you open up to it. It's totally transformed mine, so I'm always grateful to share it in whatever way, whatever little piece or part. Doesn't even matter what you like, what you pick up, what works for you. Let the rest of it go that doesn't. If all this Sanskrit stuff is like, what is she talking about? Just let it go. It doesn't matter. But what matters is how you feel, and you brought yourself to practice. And so hopefully you do feel a little different than you did an hour ago. So thank you again, friends. I will see you in a couple of days. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, or the rest of your day, really. It's just begun. You're welcome, Stacey. Thank you all for being here, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.